And when the committee looked at all the nominations that came in, there was one that really stood out above the others. So we designed a new award that wasn't on the original list, and it may not be given again, so it may be very special tonight. It's called the Shattered Glass Award. This is for a Democratic woman who has a history of shattering glass ceilings. Roxanne Conlin is the awardee, and she'll be introduced by Jo Ann.
I feel so privileged and honored to stand at this podium with all the great women that have stood here this evening just before me. So my first words are to congratulate all of you winners out there. You're just marvelous, inspiring, exciting women who have really just begun. Lord knows what you'll be doing next. Thank you so much, all of you. And I just wouldn't be CEO of Planned Parenthood of the Heartland if I didn't put in a plug. And that is that on the 4th of May, we're bringing in Ariana Huffington. And we're going to be raising money for a pro-choice PAC, Planned Parenthood Voters of Iowa. So I know you all would love to see Ariana, and get out your checkbooks and make sure that the work that you're doing here is supported by the work of the pro-choice community too. So with that shameless plug, let me go on. And I think I maybe have known Roxanne longer than the Hubbard women have known each other. Roxanne and I go way, way back. And she is an individual, I think, who has no equal in the state. And it is quite fitting that she's known by her first name. Her life story is one of a determined woman with a passion for fairness and equality. When you hear the word Roxanne, you think of a woman who has a passion for equality. Her work has created a long trail of shattered glass. As an attorney, Roxanne has taken on heroin dealers, corrupt politicians, and greedy corporations. And as an attorney and an activist, she has campaigned for reproductive freedom, for women's rights, and for victim protection. She is a never-give-up champion for those who have been discriminated against, pushed down, and left behind. Her steadfast adherence to her principles and to her defending the rights of those who can't speak for themselves has cost her jobs. But Roxanne has remained committed to those who were wronged. She does not back down, and she has never encountered a glass ceiling that she wasn't afraid to shatter, and it did shatter. Roxanne's steadfastness as an advocate started when she was an Iowa Assistant Attorney General and authorized the first law in the nation protecting the privacy of rape victims. But she didn't stop there. She helped Joe Biden write the Violence Against Women's Act and authored a handbook on dealing with domestic violence that is used by lawmakers nationwide. She's defended organizations like mine, Planned Parenthood, at no cost, and represented victims of harassment and rape. She signed the amicus brief in Varnum v. Breen, the case that just a year ago legalized same-sex marriage in Iowa and distinguished us as a land of equality. Her settlement in the Microsoft case, I got a little piece of that, Roxanne. Her settlement in the Microsoft case directed $1 million to Iowa's Legal Aid's Equal Justice Project that will serve victims of domestic violence for years to come, in addition to the $179 million that was made available to all of the rest of us. So thank you, Roxanne. And Roxanne really puts her money where her mouth is. She actively supports what she believes in. And she and Jim have opened their home over and over and over again to hundreds of organizations that have raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for the charitable causes and for political candidates that she believes in. Without ever holding elected office, Roxanne Conlin has impacted major legislation protecting victims of rape and domestic violence, directing millions in funding to Iowa public schools, and inspired a new generation of women, and you've heard from some here this evening, to become involved in the political process. Now Roxanne is approaching one of the toughest glass ceilings ever. It is no secret that Iowa shares a very frustrating situation with the state of Mississippi, in that it has been unable to send a woman to Congress or to elect a woman as governor. Come on, people, what is wrong with us? Let's do this, let's do this. In 2010, Roxanne Conlin plans to change that. She plans, and when you hear that noise, you know that ceiling's breaking. She is challenging a 30-plus year incumbent with a negative record on just about any woman's issue you can think of. He's voted against the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act. Oh my goodness. And he has opposed the Family and Medical Leave Act. He has, this man, a 100% voting approval from the so-called Right to Life organizations in America. One more time, Roxanne is showing what it takes: the backbone, the determination, the perseverance, and the willingness to risk it all to hold somebody accountable for me and for you. Thank you, Roxanne. I can't tell you, I am so proud to be up here introducing her. She has made a lasting impact on the lives of every woman in Iowa, and indeed throughout the country. Her trail of shattered glass has paved the roadway for you and me. And we are sharing you, Roxanne, we will be sharing you at the U.S. Senate. So, here you go. Here you go. Please join me in welcoming the first ever recipient of the Dawn's Shattered Glass Award, my friend, my colleague, and soon to be my senator, Roxanne Conlin.